15 years. It's almost hard to believe that it's been already a decade and a half to see where we started and to see where we've come to even today. I mean, what started with a small group of faith-filled people that had a big vision has turned into what it is today. And I'm just thinking about where we started, even when it was our first location at the gymnasium at the Adventist Academy, or our next location when we were at Bakeman Elementary, or to our offices at Harvey, or to our new location here at Hammond, or even the merging of the congregations of the Word Community Church and Central Community. Our vision and our goal has always been to be the same. It's been to be a light in the hard places, in the dark places. It's to go to the unreached, it's to go to the under-resourced, it's to go to where the needs are and shine the light of Christ where there's darkness.
Hi, my name is Hannah Lanier, and I've been at the Word Community Church since I was about 7 years old, which is a little over 14 years. And if it wasn't for personal investment and discipleship from pastors as well as leaders, I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today, which is serving in youth ministry and leading youth and taking what was poured into me and being able to pour it into the current youth of the Word Community Church. And it's been really awesome to see what the Word Community Church has done in my life over the last 15 years, as well as what they've done for the community and the overall Fresno area. And I just want to say congratulations to Bishop Coleman as well as Deidre, and just thank you so much for what you've done for this community and what you've done for me. I'm one of many stories, and I'm so excited to see what God does in these next 15 years.
So when I look at where we are today in 2021, how does that look like? How are we reaching, winning, training, and sending people? I noticed that we have 3 congregations, 3 campuses here on Olive and 2 at Central, including our Spanish congregation. But it's not just about the campuses, it's about where we're strategically located in some of the most hard to reach places and some of the most overlooked, underserved areas. And we want it to be a light in the darkness in those areas. And it's just awesome to see God working through our congregation strategically in these areas. But I also think about the churches locally that have come underneath our covering, local church planters. Anytime someone comes around Bishop Coleman, they say, I have the call to plant a church, Bishop just is attracted to them, and he says, anything that you guys need, anything that we can do, we're willing to help. And just to see the receptivity of local pastors coming under our covering, but not only here locally, internationally, as we have now 135 churches in South America, including 50 that we've planted ourselves in Cuba, and our influence in Haiti, in the Dominican Republic, and in India. I'm just blown away at the response of God's people through this church.
My wife Pam and I first met Pastor J.R. and Deidre Coleman at People's Church around 2003. We had an immediate connect, and we invited them to dinner, and we just had a phenomenal 3-hour dinner and a 1-hour prayer in the parking lot. We were just enthralled with the image and the vision that they had. So Pastor and I started having monthly meetings at a coffee shop, and he had a huge vision. Not a mega church to showcase what he had, but to start a church in Southeast Fresno as a staging point to go outside of the United States to train and develop pastors in leadership so they could better serve their flock. In fact, a vision so big that God had to be involved to make it happen. So happy anniversary to the Word Community Church and Pastor J.R. and Deidre Coleman.
Deidre and I, we just want to say thank you to every single person who has ever called the Word Community Church their home. For every single person who's ever served in children's, youth, young adults, men's, women's, Bible studies, retreats, anywhere you've served, hospitality, prayer team, anyone that has served at the Word Community Church, we just want to say thank you. And we are celebrating 15 years of God's faithfulness. And so God's just been faithful. I mean, I could sit here and say that all day long. God has been faithful. And so now God opened up the door about 18 months ago for us to partner with another church. So there's another church, Central Community Church, a phenomenal church, very similar to ours, very diverse ethnically and economically. And so we partnered together, and now it is the Word Community Church Olive Campus and Central Campus. So we're excited about what God's going to do in the Central District and what He's going to do over here at the Southeast location. So we're really excited about what He's doing. And our prayer is that God would continue to give us influence on the Central Campus and on the Olive Campus. Give us influence in our city, give us influence in our state and around the world. I just want to say thank you to every person that's ever been on our board, that's ever been a part of our church. Thank you for supporting me and Deidre and the work that God called us to. We're expecting 15 more great years of ministry. And then after that, if the Lord's will, another 15 after that. So church family, Central Campus, Olive Campus, Deidre and I love you. And we just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for being faithful to God's ministry. And I'm thankful to God that He's allowed me to be an under shepherd to His Son, Jesus Christ, the true shepherd. And one of my favorite scriptures, Acts 1:8, you shall receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you. Church family, God's power rests on you. He has anointed you to be effective as a witness. And also Matthew 28:16-20, He tells us to be disciples and then make more disciples and then baptize them and teach them to obey everything God has said. And He said He will always be with us. Well, we're celebrating 15 years of God's faithfulness, and we want to celebrate with you and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for being a blessing to God's kingdom and to Deidre and I. We love you and hope to see you.